Yo, what's up guys? It's Overlord 1469 and I'm here with Rayzone 11.
Hello friends and welcome back to another video.
Today, we are going to be ranking the Ninjago villains. Please keep in mind that this will be based on our own opinion. Let's get started.
I'm not even sure if Omega counts or not because he only appeared in 2 episodes literally. Zero personality, zero motives, zero backstory, and what's even more, zero voice acting. I can't really say much because we literally don't know anything about him except that he is the only leader and we don't even know why he is the leader. So he's at last place not because of his bad concepts or because he's a bad character, but because we literally don't know anything about him. Asphira is a very infamous villain in the community, and she has by far the worst concepts and backstory out of any Ninjago villain. Her backstory is super boring and repetitive, and it doesn't only hurt her character, but it also hurts Wu's, and her motives are extremely awful. I mean, Wu didn't even deceive her. She promised to not use Spinjitzu for evil, but she lied, so Wu punished her. But no, the writers are too lazy to write a backstory that makes sense. Instead, they are focusing on anime episodes and pointless garbage. Overall, she has awful concepts and she is extremely poorly and lazy written.
At number 12, we have Vex. Vex is arguably the main villain of Season 11's Ice chapter, and in general, I liked it. I really liked his backstory. He was really well fleshed out as a character as well. It was especially cool that we could see his motives and connections to the Formlings. The only thing about him though is that he is a boring character. He is a simple man with simple motives, nothing more. Overall, he's an okay villain. At number 11, we have Yang. Yang was pretty good. I liked how he was keeping people captive in his temple so he could be remembered. However, all it took to resolve his character conflict was Cole saying that he was remembered through air jitsu. He had good motivations, but resolving him as a character felt too easy.
The Overlord is by far my least favorite Ninjago villain and second least favorite character, but because I'm collabing with Overlord 1469, the Overlord is a little higher on the list. The Overlord literally has zero personality. He has no personality at all. I can replace him with an evil rock and nothing will change. And this is why he's painfully boring and you can never feel his character at all, even for a few seconds. His backstory is as boring as his personality and doesn't have motives at all. Evil for no reason, just to be evil. I know it's because he's the ultimate evil, but that's a dumb excuse. Overall, the most overrated Ninjago character and a very awful one.
At number 9, we have the Time Twins. The Time Twins were executed okay, though not the best. Their motivations were clear to control all of time, but as characters, they seemed bland and boring. Achronix was going crazy about the advancements of modern day, while Crux was blabbering on and on and on about their plans. Overall, they were not the best Ninjago villains, but controlling all of time was a good concept.
Unagain is the newest villain and he is by far the least developed villain and the only villain who is underdeveloped, aside from Yang and Omega, because these two didn't have a full season unlike Unagain. So Unagain isn't really a villain, he's just confused AI who is trying to understand why he was created, and I really love that story because it's really unique and by far one of, if not even the best villain backstory and concept. But he barely has any personality or screen times. He's extremely underdeveloped, which is a shame because he has the best backstory and concept, but sadly he barely got any screen times. Instead we got Red Visors fight in every single episode.
At number 7, we have Iron Baron. Iron Baron is okay, though not the most interesting Ninjago villain because he is the cliché leader of the cliché Dune Raider type dragon hunters. But he did have his moments. He seemed like a threatening villain and was motivated to do whatever it took to get what he wanted, such as torturing the ninja to eat dragons for days and support his conquest of the First Realm.
Pather is an extremely good villain. Dave the Departed ruined his character in conclusion in season 4 and made him evil again. But that's what people say and I heavily disagree. Who said that he was redeemed in season 4? The only reason to why he helped the ninja is because he thinks if anybody should take over Ninjago, it should be him, not Shen, especially that Shen tortured him. So of course he will try to get rid of Shen even if he was completely evil. So Pather helped the ninja to get revenge on Shen and to have a chance of controlling Ninjago. And he was acting good to seem like an ally to the ninja so they can trust him. I don't know what is it with the people saying that the Dave Reporter ruined his season 4 redemption, but I'm sure that they didn't really think deeply on this, and this whole thing shows us how tricky and smart Pythor is.
Bringing us into our top 5, we have Garmadon. Garmadon is an iconic Ninjago character, and you can see how much conflict he goes through throughout the series. First there was the gig with the golden weapons at the beginning of the series, then he was conflicted about fighting Lloyd in the final battle, he became good and helped the ninja, and eventually sent himself to the Cursed Realm to stop the Anacondre cultists at the Corridor of Elders. Resurrecting him in Season 8 did not really have much reason to happen for his character because at that point it was believed he had reached the peak of his development. But boy, the developers delivered a Garmadon of pure evil.
A lot of people hate Shen and I really don't see why. We never saw a funny villain in Ninjago, which is really unique for Shen. From the outside he's a goofy funny guy, but from the inside he's a master of deception, which adds a lot more depth to his character. I love how he is related to the Serpentine War and how he manipulated both sides, which makes him a great deceiver, and that's the best thing in Shen that no other villain had. Goofy but very deceiving, and his goofiness is a part of his deception, so he can trick people. If other villains are well written, Shen is smartly written, that's even more, but the writers put a lot of creativity and deception to his character, which makes a super unique and awesome villain.
Coming into our top 3, we have Unagain. This was the first time we saw a villain from another realm comes to exact revenge on Ninjago. You could see Unagain's sorrow for losing his home realm of Ninjago, and most importantly, had it not been for Jay's wish on doing the events of Season 6, he would have triumphed against the ninja and destroyed Ninjago. Overall, great villain.
The best thing about Harumi is how dark she is. She's probably the darkest character in Ninjago because she literally wants to see Lloyd to suffer and maybe even die in front of her, which is way too dark to be in a quote-unquote kids show. Also, she's the only villain so far that we didn't knew the identity of from the beginning, which added a mysterious vibe to her. She also has the best motives in Ninjago. She doesn't only want revenge, but she wants to give Ninjago the leader it deserves, who is Garmadon, because he defeated the Great Devourer. Also, she isn't this invincible villain who comes out of nowhere. No, she is a normal kid in Ninjago who became a villain, which is very good. Such a perfect character that Ninjago will never forget.
And at the top of our list, number 1 is Moro. Moro was one of the more revolutionary Ninjago villains because he was one unlike we have ever seen in the series. He was Wu's first student and was once believed to become the Green Ninja, so we could see through his anger why he was so bent on revenge against Wu and eventually involved the ninja and innocent people. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Also, thank you to Rayzone for collabing with me. What's your ranking of the Ninjago villains? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you have any ideas for future Ninjago videos you would like me to cover, whether they be rankings, theories, etc., feel free to let me know as well. One more time, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!